Welcome to our defense briefing program. I am your host Liang Jun. Today, we have some intriguing stories to cover. First up, the military has officially ended its long-standing use of the Rothiemurchus Lodge in the Cairngorms, a beloved base for outdoor activities for over 70 years. While the lodge has served many military families, it has now been deemed unviable to maintain. This marks the end of an era, and the military expresses gratitude for the support from Rothiemurchus Estate throughout the years. Next, we have a troubling story involving former Major General James Roddis, who has received a suspended prison sentence for inappropriate behavior at a karaoke bar. After a night of drinking, Roddis was caught on video touching a woman's hair and attempting to kiss her. This incident has led to his resignation from the army and a court-martial that includes rehabilitation and community service. It's a stark reminder of the importance of accountability in our military ranks. Lastly, don't miss out on the 8th Annual Shield of Faith Gala happening on September 13. This event aims to support mental health care for military personnel, veterans, and first responders, with special guests, live entertainment, and auctions. It promises to be a fantastic evening for a great cause. Tickets are available now, and all proceeds will go towards helping veterans in need. Please stay tuned for detailed coverage of these stories. BBC The military's long-standing relationship with Rothiemurchus Lodge in the Cairngorms has come to an end after over 70 years. Since 1950, this picturesque 102-bed lodge has served as a retreat for Royal Navy, British Army, and Royal Air Force personnel, providing a base for outdoor adventures amidst the stunning backdrop of the Cairngorms Mountains. However, as of the end of May, the lodge has been closed due to the military's decision that it is no longer viable to maintain and operate the facility. An Army spokeswoman expressed regret over the termination of the tenancy agreement, thanking the Rothiemurchus Estate for their support over the decades. The lodge has been a cherished haven for military members, including reservists and cadet forces, offering them a chance to connect with nature and each other. BBC In a troubling incident, former Major General James Roddis has been sentenced to a 6-month suspended prison term after drunkenly assaulting a woman in a karaoke bar. The 53-year-old officer, who had enjoyed a distinguished military career, was part of an overseas delegation when he inappropriately touched the woman and attempted to kiss her without consent. The court-martial revealed a video capturing Roddis's behavior, which included him touching her hair and ignoring her clear signals to stop. The judge had condemned his actions as disgraceful, emphasizing the unwanted nature of his advances. Roddis's fall from grace is stark, as he had previously held prestigious positions within the military, including commanding officer of the Highlanders and director of strategy for Strategic Command. Yahoo! US The 8th Annual Emerald Coast Gala, organized by Shield of Faith SOF Missions, is set to take place on September 13, aiming to raise funds for mental health support for military personnel, veterans, and first responders. Founded in 2011 by retired Air Force Lieutenant Colonel John Damon Friedman and his wife Dana, SOF Missions has made significant strides in addressing the mental health crisis among veterans, having provided over $1 million in aid to more than 3. This year, individuals feature on 1940s Swing Thing 40s Swing Thing, with retired Special Forces Green Beret John Oil as the keynote speaker. Live entertainment and themed dining experiences. Proceeds from the event will go directly to the Be Resilient clinics, which offer comprehensive mental health care plans at no cost to those in need, reinforcing the organization's commitment to supporting those who have served. Associated Press reports that former President Donald Trump has proposed the establishment of a government efficiency commission, with billionaire Elon Musk at the helm. This initiative aims to audit the federal government and address what Trump claims are significant issues of fraud and improper payments that cost taxpayers hundreds of billions in 2020. Trump envisions that the commission will recommend sweeping reforms to eliminate these inefficiencies within 6 months, potentially saving trillions of dollars. He also highlighted his commitment to cutting government regulations and fostering energy production, while Musk expressed his willingness to serve without any financial or formal recognition. In another development, the Associated Press reveals that Navy Secretary Carlos Del Toro has violated the Hatch Act by publicly endorsing President Biden and criticizing Trump during official duties abroad. As also special counsel found that Del Toro's comments made during a BBC interview and a speech in London breached laws prohibiting political activity by government officials while on duty. Although he later reported his remarks, the special counsel criticized his failure to take full responsibility. Del Toro's lawyer argued that his comments were spontaneous and did not directly name Trump, but the special counsel emphasized the importance of maintaining an apolitical stance within the Navy. The Globe and Mail highlights that the European Union Aviation Safety Agency EASA has called for inspections of parts of the Airbus A350 fleet following a fire incident on a Cathay Pacifica 350-1000. The precautionary measure aims to identify and address potentially compromised high-pressure fuel hoses after a fuel system failure caused a fire during flight. EASA's directive will outline inspection details and deadlines, with Airbus and Rolls-Royce committed to cooperating with the authorities. Despite initial resistance from manufacturers regarding the necessity of widespread checks, regulators are under increasing pressure to ensure air safety following previous aviation crises, marking a significant moment for EASA's new executive director. Foreign policy reports on a troubling incident in Israel where far-right protesters, supported by government officials, stormed military facilities to protest the arrest of soldiers accused of abusing a Palestinian prisoner. This act of defiance parallels the January 6 Capitol riots in the U.S., highlighting the growing trend of far-right violence fueled by social media and a distrust of government. The Israeli government's inaction, particularly Prime Minister Netanyahu's silence on the involvement of Knesset members in the riots, underscores a dangerous shift in the political landscape, where extremist elements feel emboldened to challenge the military and law enforcement without fear of repercussions. Deutsche Welle addresses the anxiety among immigrants in Germany, particularly Africans, following the electoral success of the far-right AfD party in Thuringia. This victory marks a significant moment in German politics as it represents the first far-right win since World War II, raising concerns about the potential for increased discrimination and hostility towards immigrants. Experts weigh in on the implications of this political shift, urging vigilance among African communities in the face of rising anti-immigrant sentiment and the AfD's agenda, which may threaten social cohesion and inclusivity in Germany. BBC reports on a tragic incident involving the Royal Navy, where a crew member died during a training exercise in the English Channel. The incident occurred when a Merlin Mk-4 helicopter made a deliberate emergency landing at night while operating with the HMS Queen Elizabeth. While 2 crew members were rescued and reported to have minor injuries, the loss of one life has deeply affected the naval community. Prime Minister Keir Starmer and Defense Secretary Jonathan Healey expressed their condolences, emphasizing the somber nature of such events in the armed forces. The Royal Navy has committed to a thorough investigation to understand the circumstances surrounding this unfortunate incident. Yahoo US. The journey of a father navigating the ups and downs of parenthood is beautifully illustrated through the experiences of a man whose son, labeled a boomerang child, returned home 3 times after high school. Initially looking forward to an empty nest, the father found joy in his son's return, which allowed him to graduate college debt-free and pursue his dreams. After enlisting in the army, the son returned home, filling the house with his belongings and laughter once again. During his time back, he contributed to household chores and introduced his Yankee, adding even more warmth to the family dynamic. When the young couple faced unexpected housing challenges after moving to Georgia, they returned to the supportive embrace of his parents, this time with the exciting news of an impending baby. The father, embracing the chaos, quickly prepared for their arrival, proving that an empty nest can still be a welcoming home. Ultimately, the father reflects on how this support system not only fostered independence, but also led his son to a successful career, a loving family, and homeownership, challenging the notion that boomerang children hinder growth. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synapses, thoughtfully curated by the 60O team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 60O Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, seasonals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists. The 60O team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 60O brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website. 1. 6O brief convey. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 60O brief via email.
Waking up to wonders, checking nature blunders. Got our rockets flying while the oceans are sighing. Lasers in the sky now, holograms we say.